what can be the solution, because we saw that the French intervention kind of saved Mali from what could have been a new Islamic republic in that area. And that would have posed greater risk to the region, because countries south further, Guinea and Ivory Coast, are today claimed to be democracy because of recent elections in those countries, but they are still facing security issues, and also there are still opposition who are not happy in those countries. So the security station is not only in the Sahel region, but the southern part of the country.
Achieving the political decisions and therefore giving a sort of political cover for the deployment of intervention forces was quite well pulled together. But where the big challenge has come is that many people had thought, since West Africa had previously done its own interventions in Liberia and Sierra Leone with the ECOMOG forces 2 decades ago, and although they were sometimes criticized, they certainly saved a certain number of lives that would have been lost if they hadn't intervened. Actually, this time, the ECOWAS force, it's not so much that the soldiers didn't exist, but the structures, the mechanisms to actually organize, plan the logistical detail and send them in didn't function. So from about June, July onwards, the international community and the sort of vibe coming out of the UN was to basically say, we can't give a green light on this, come back with some detailed plans as to how you're actually going to get the soldiers here, get them organized on the ground, ensure that they're supplied, etc. And that was the bit that 4 or 5 months later still wasn't there. Now, as Ibrahima mentioned, as it were, because of the French deployment, the organization has sort of happened, and the African countries have been able to deploy, I think the latest figures are perhaps 5,000 troops or something like that, from quite a wide range of countries. So it's not that they lack the soldiers, but the system to actually, the equivalent, as it were, of a NATO command headquarters or UN peacekeeping machinery that actually pulls the thing together and takes the decisions. That's the bit that hasn't functioned.
It's interesting that there are a certain number of leaders in the ECOWAS group who've got a very, very strong incentive in trying to make this work. And so it's great to have people like, particularly Ouattara, kind of being a key figure in all of this. But at the same time, serious concerns maybe about the role of some of the other West African leaders, particularly Compaoré in Burkina, around the sorts of games that he seemed to be playing in the negotiations.